This video is part of a series. Complete the previous videos in this playlist before you start this video. The complete playlist information, the material and the code file information is given in the video description below.
So what happened until now, if you see the overall performance from the existence of humans, humans were very, very knowledgeable. Humans were very, very intelligent. I would say maybe the intelligence kept on increasing. So let's put it this way. So this is what humans, they started achieving, and they are doing much, much better day by day. Now, computers were not as great as humans. So maybe from here or here, computers have started. And then slowly computers also got better. Like whatever humans have achieved, computers took what hardly, 40 years to achieve. And then until now, computers and humans, like computers never beat humans. But for the first time, actually, computers actually, if you see the human is here, and this is what computer, and this is the point where we are living right now. I can say 2022 or 2023, this is the time where actually computers started beating humans. When I say started beating humans, they started doing tasks that can be done cleverly by a human. Earlier only human being can do it. We can never say artificial intelligence can do it, but artificial intelligence finally reached a phase where it can think, and it can assess, it can take the right action. We can see that especially in China, almost most of the taxis were running on their own, and the number of accidents were less than humans. Okay, because when computers are running, like artificial intelligence is running the taxi, when human is actually driving one taxi, he is in control of this taxi only. He is not in control of the other taxi or the vehicle behind him. But when AI, if these three are run by AI, don't you think the chance of accident will be much, much lesser, because single person or single system is controlling all the vehicles on the road? Definitely, even if there is one accident, the impact of the accident can be reduced. You can control all the other vehicles that are following it. The error can be reduced a lot. So in driving, I would say, if you are employing AI everywhere, it sounds counterintuitive. How can AI drive better than humans? But in reality, in all probability, AI would be doing much, much better job. And in some cities already, it is implemented. And some of the Olympiad questions earlier only humans used to be able to solve, but recently some of the large language models started solving those Olympiad questions. They have scored much better than humans in multiple exams when they were conducting very rigorously. So until now, if you ask me, before 2023, I would not have said that AI really existed, or artificial intelligence was not really given a lot of respect. Yes, it is there in terms of a concept, theoretical concept. Yes, we do respect it, but it was not very evident that a regular person like you and me, both of us, can see the power of AI. Now, AI agents is something. An agent is like usual human, where AI agent is almost like a replacement of human. So let us suppose if I give you certain task, you will think and you will observe and you will complete that task. An AI agent will try to mimic exactly whatever you are doing. Until now, we have used LLMs. Now I'll tell you why there is a need for AI agents. Why can't we simply use LLMs? If I ask you this question, standalone LLM, can it do mathematics? If I say 99 to the power of 1 by 3, can it give me the answer accurately? Can standalone LLM do math? Can it? It is a large language model. It will not be able to perform this mathematical operation. Somehow it will generate the output, but it will not be accurate. Standalone LLM, can it search the internet and get me the information that I'm looking for? If I want to know what is the weather today, standalone LLM, can it tell me? Standalone LLM could not give answers related to recent facts, isn't it? Has you ever encountered where ChatGPT says, I have been trained until September 2022 only? You're asking a question. After that, I'm not able to give you the answer. Have you got that message ever?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? Yes, sir. Standalone LLM could not access the current news. We need an alternate option. Now, what we will be doing, we will be creating software agents who are acting like humans. So if somebody goes to an office and he's doing certain type of task, can I automate or can I write a software program, AI agent, which will do 90% of that job? Agents are software programs. Like, people tend to be fearful, right? Do you think my job will be taken by AI? Until last year, I used to say, or last to last year, I used to say, we don't need to worry about that. It will not happen. But now I can confidently say that yes, already there are several jobs that are taken away by AI agents. They are doing much better job. In future also, multiple jobs will be taken away by AI agents. But there is an opportunity, triple or four times more jobs will be created on the applications, newer applications that we have not still explored. Definitely, there will be a lot of evolution. In that evolution, we will get more and more jobs. So do we need to worry? Yes, our job, regular job may go away. But is there a good point about it? Is there a happy news in that? Yes, there is a kind of luck for us is that several new applications will be generated, especially in content writing. Earlier, if you want to write a marketing article, you have to use somebody who is very good at marketing. You have to use good content writers. But don't you think now you will not hire any content writers anymore? You will write your own content on your own. Do you really hire content writers now? Do you really hire, like earlier, if you want to create a poster and some tags on it, you need somebody else, but now you can use LLMs and take care of it on your own. Earlier there used to be a lot of customer care agents, chatbots that were like earlier a chatbot used to take 4 or 5 messages, then we used to connect to a human. Those jobs will be replaced by AI agents. AI agents are software programs that are designed to imitate humans. I will not say they will replace 100% humans. I cannot say that in a company everybody will be replaced except the CEO, all the other people will be replaced. I am not saying that. What I'm saying is right now, if there are 100 people who are doing a certain task in a team, now the strength will be reduced to 10 of them, and remaining 90 will be replaced by around 300 AI agents. Maybe one person will be replaced by three AI agents. All that I need to just power them up. That's it. Everything will be taken care. So obviously, the rest of the 90 people will be doing something that maybe kind of doing much better than the existing ones. So I got a question in the chat window. Then what will be the future of content writer? They're gone already. Content writers, everything will be AI plus job, not only content writers. Then what will be the future of other jobs? For example, if you're a content writer, what you need to do is this is content writer. His job will go away. But if you add AI to it, you will say that I'm a content writer who knows Gen AI. I'm a content writer. I use LLMs. I'm a content writer. I create like earlier in one day, I used to give you one option, but now in one day, I will give you 20 options using LLM. So everybody have to add their profile Gen AI aspect of it. Then if you're not adding anything, then your job is gone. Content writer job is gone. But if you're adding AI to it, then you are kind of reinventing the job. Are you with me? Yeah.
Yes.
Does it make sense? Think about it. Everybody, if they are kind of upgrading themselves with the current technology, then again they will be in demand. Because earlier, writing a particular punchline, let us suppose I want to post, uh, I want to make a post or I want to create a post on social media. Earlier, we have to think a lot about it, like what I should post. But now, like for that, we used to have content writers. So now I'll go to ChatGPT. Then we just ask a question, generate this or generate that automatically, right? Give me 30 titles. Image creation got better. I'm not interested in this. Give me 30 catchy titles for a post on join Gen AI training. Okay. So earlier, creating 10 titles or 30 titles, we need to use content writers. Also, give me a 3 line content to create a poster. Earlier, a content writer, somebody who's from social media or a digital marketing team, they used to actually do it with a lot of talent. But now, 30 catchy titles will be given, Master Gen AI, etc., etc. You can choose any one of them. And then what else we ask? 3 lines of content for the poster. 3 lines of content, give me five more options. Give me five more options for the 3 line content for the poster. Give me five more options. Yes, there you go. Option one, option two, option three. If you're a content writer, if you're still doing the same content writing like the way that you used to do 2 years back, then it will be difficult. If you're a content writer, if a client comes to you with the same question, I want to create a poster, but two client you give instead of one, you give 5 or 10 options, then you will still be in demand. Like the same thing, like this is what has been happening in our human evolution. Like earlier we used to do accounting. Later on, computers came into picture. All those accountants, those gumastas, we used to call them, right? All those accountants, they lost the job. But the people who got updated to computers, they were still doing the accounting, but much, much effectively. When computers came into the picture, everybody told that we are going to lose jobs. Lots and lots of people have lost jobs. Nearly half of the jobs have been lost when computers came into the picture. But 10 times, 20 times, or maybe everybody nowadays is using a computer in their job. The same way AI is going to create many more jobs that are beyond our imagination. So imagine I gave you a task. My task is, hey, you create a PPT on a particular topic. The topic that I'm giving you is, let's say, personality development or regular exercise or health of the heart. So the task that I gave you is healthy lifestyle. What is the what are the steps that you have to follow to keep healthy lifestyle, and then what is the use of having healthy lifestyle, impact it may have on your regular day-to-day life, and what impact it may have on your longevity. A healthy lifestyle means what? Having a good eating a good food, living in an atmosphere where there is good air quality, all those things. So basically, when I give you this task, or maybe if I ask you that, okay, create a PPT on basal norms, or create a PPT on, let's say, one topic called model building, model validation. And what you do, depending on whatever is the task that I gave, okay, healthy lifestyle or basal norms, then what you will do, you will think, okay, I have to create a PPT on basal norm. So you will first have your first thought. You'll start thinking, you start by thinking what needs to be done. Then what do you do? Okay, I'll go to ChatGPT, search something. I'll go to internet, search something. Now, basal norms. Maybe is there any website called basal norms? I'll search something there. Are there any PPTs available? I'll search something there. Are there any PDF files available? Are there any books? You will have all those thoughts. Then what do? You take action. What is action? Okay, I need to go to Google and search for it. Okay. To then you will search online to gather the information. That means on basal norms, you will type something basal norms or PPT on basal norms or PDF on basal norms or basal norm important aspects. So that is the action. First, you will have a thought that, okay, I have to search somewhere. Second, you will take an action. Then you will observe. What is observation? Once you go to Google, so let us suppose I have the first thought that, okay, I have to go to Google. My thought is I have to go to Google and search for basal norms. So I will say basal norms PPT is what I'm searching. Okay, looks like I have slide share, Indian Institute of Banking, Finance. There is one slide, there is PDF, all of these PDFs are there. PPT is also there. Then I'm doing one. So first I had a thought, I have to search for it. Then I did an action. What is the action? Typing is an action. I typed basal norms PPT. Then I will observe. Okay, I have observed the first one. I'm not interested in it. Second one. Now I am interested in this one. I'm observing this. Once I download this, okay, looks like then I'll start observing. So I have clicked on it and then I got this one. Then I will see. Then I will have a thought, is it good or not? Okay, looks good. Or maybe I will go back and then I will once again have a thought. Maybe I will need to search in ChatGPT. What are basal norms in 5 bullet points or 5 sections? Basal norms in 5 sections. Introducing the basal norms, basal 1, basal 2. So here my thought is going to ChatGPT is the thought. My action is typing this is the action. Now I'm observing. So I'm having a thought, I'm having an action, I'm taking an action, and then I'm doing an observation. That is what humans do, isn't it? You will have a thought, like we never thought this process, but this is what the process is. We'll have a thought, we'll take some action, we will do the observation. After reviewing the results, you will decide whether the content is useful or not. You will decide whether I should use some of the information from this PPT. Okay, maybe some of the information will be used from PPT. Then you will decide whether this is good enough to use. No, this may not be good enough to use. Then I will again have a thought, I have to go to Google. Then I'll take an action. Then I will start observing the results that are given here. Thought, action, observation, thought, action, observation. That is what humans do. This is what, as human agents or human resources, that's what we do. Now, AI agents, we have programmed this. Now, AI agents are also programmed in such a way that they will have a thought, they will have an action. The software program will go to Google and start searching for the string, and then it will observe whether it is right or wrong. Then LLM will help it whether it is correct or not, whether it is in line with the requirement or not. Again, thought, action, observation will repeat multiple times. Finally, the result will be given to you. The way you prepare a PPT, a content for a PPT. Similarly, AI agent will try to mimic it. Obviously, when human prepares, it will be perfect, almost 100% perfect. When an AI agent prepares, maybe it is 90% perfect. But you know what? Here, human takes an effort of 1 or 2 days, but AI agent just takes the input and gives it to you in maybe 1 or 2 hours, and you have multiple options. So, AI agent mimics the same process of humans solving a particular problem. So agents are software programs that will interact with the real world applications. So what exactly are software agents or AI agents? AI agents are software programs that are interacting with the real world other than LLM, real world in the sense interacting with internet, interacting with codes, interacting with SQL databases, etc., interacting with external events, current data beyond LLM training data. LangChain offers various type of these interactive agents, which we are going to discuss. So you can think agents as alternative to chains. In chains, we do everything, we hard code everything. In chain, we will say that you do this and you give me this output. But in agents, there is a kind of a plan that is prepared. There is a kind of action that is taken. There is a kind of observation that is made. Almost everything happens automatically inside AI agents. That means when a user gives an input, when the user gives an input, there is an action plan that is generated internally on its own, and then it will use some kind of tools. Okay, I have to use internet searching, I have to use coding, etc., and then final output will be created. So AI agents are kind of LLM reasoning plus the tools. So the user will give the input, there is an action plan that will be created. I'm going to give you a lot of clarity on this. Right now we are discussing about the overview of agents. Once we start working on agents, then we will get the clarity. What exactly is this action plan? How does it look like? We can actually have a look at it. What are tools? How tools look like? And what is the final output? All of this, we are going to solve multiple problems. So AI agents are LLM reasoning plus tools. What are tools? Google searching is one tool. Wikipedia is one tool. Calculator is one tool. Python coding is one tool. Even though I am kind of praising AI agents a lot, but this is very, very early. We have not achieved 100% perfection in it. AI agents are not perfect as of now. I have to admit that. But in future, a lot of things will be done by AI agents. AI agents are quick and easy to build, but right now they have a lot of issues. People are not using them in the industry immediately. That is not true. People are experimenting, a lot of teams are experimenting, but agents are giving inconsistent results. The thought process is not perfect sometimes. Sometimes they start with a wrong thought and then it keeps on inflating. And then finally, you will get a very junk kind of result that is possible. And sometimes some agents think a lot that we will exhaust a lot of tokens because AI thinking and then thought, observation, and then action, all of this consumes a lot of tokens. Sometimes it will time out. Agent is taking too much of time, too many iterations, then it will time out. So there is a lot of, I would say, imperfection. There are a lot of issues with AI agents right now, but we still learn whatever are the positives, we will take it. Maybe in future, all these things will be resolved. That is what happens with any new technology. When it is quite fresh, there will be definitely a lot of bugs that will be kind of cleared later on. We are talking about hardly 1 or 2 years technology. You cannot expect it to be perfect immediately as soon as it comes into the picture. It may take 3 to 4 years for it to settle down and then get consistent results. I will show you one of the example called structured chat agent. For example, if I go to my LLM and ask, I think yesterday I have shown you, if we say my LLM is OpenAI and ask who's the current president of India, then LLM may not be able to answer that because it has the previous data with it. So what I'll do is I will try to open the code file. You cannot access the current data with LLM. So I will install the packages. We will have the key. Now if I say my LLM is OpenAI. Now, if I ask LLM dot invoke, you remember yesterday we did this exercise where we asked who is the current president of USA. What was the answer that we got yesterday when we asked this question? Who is the current president of USA?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. Because the OpenAI was using its own generation algorithm. So it has taken this as the prompt. It started generating everything depending on whatever is your input prompt. Based on that, it has given Joe Biden. But if you give a tool called internet searching, if you give an extra tool called internet searching, what it'll do is it'll try to search the internet and then give you the answer. So how does that happen? We can create an agent which will combine LLM with a tool. So you can, as of now, you can think agent as LLM plus tool. An agent is LLM plus tool. LLM thinking, we can say, because we are using LLM to take certain actions. LLM thinking plus tool. So the tool that we give is internet searching. Google searching is called SERP API. There is one more search engine tool called Tavli API. So basically there is one search engine called Tavli API key. If we look for Tavli API key, if we log in, obviously this is not free. You can use it 1,000 times only. I think that is good enough for our research. So this is the API key that I have. I can copy the key. So what I'll do is I will try to use Tavli. So first I will give the API key. So it has to be Tavli API key. It has to be in this manner. And then the Tavli API key is this one, the one that I have copied. This key I will not be sharing with you. You can create your own key in Tavli, which we will do in the exercise. As of now, you observe it. So os.environment, I have created the Tavli API key. So I would say when you're working with agents, your step one will be define the tools that you will give to your LLM. So define the tools. As of now, I am defining Tavli API. Key is defined. So my tools, sometimes you can give multiple tools, which we will also see. As of now, I'm using Tavli and I'm saying max search results 4. So whenever you search who is the president of India, who's the president of USA, you may get 100 results. But to keep the token level less, I'm using only top four results. You can use top 5 results. You can use top 10 results depending on your requirement. So once you do that, that is step one. Step two is you define the internal thinking prompt. Step two is the action plan that a user does. So if I ask you this question, who is the current president of France? Or who is the current president or current minister of Luxembourg? As a human, what do you do? You will think that I have to go to internet search for it, and then you will type who is the current minister of Luxembourg or something, and then you will observe that let's say in the first website they have given until this period to this period he is the president, until this period to this period he is the minister, and so on. Then from there you will get the information. So that action plan that human does is automatically already given as a prompt. So from LangChain import hub. There is one hub. In that, there is a prompt. From hub, we will pull the prompt. No module called LangChain. Request error. I think it will be the location is structured chat agent. structured structured chat agent. Yeah, probably this one. So what is the action plan? An agent, this AI agent has to work like a human or a human agent. So for that, we have written this prompt internally. Like we have written in the sense we are kind of borrowing a prompt that was already written. Respond to the human as helpfully, accurately as possible. You have access to the following tools. And in the name of tools, what are we giving the tools? Tell me here, what is the tool? Right now, in this case, what is the tool that we gave?
So Travely,
Tavli search. Yeah. So respond to the human as helpfully, as accurately as possible. You have access to Tavli search. Use JSON blob to specify the tool providing the action. And then you have the action tool name. Action input will be generated. So action input will be generated based on the user input. If the user is asking who is the current president of USA, then action input will be some kind of current president of USA, who is the current president of USA, like that action input will be generated. Follow this format. Question, input question to the answer, and then consider the previous subsequent steps. Like that, it will have this thought, action, observation, thought, action, observation, repeat it how many times? Can you get the answer within one shot? No. Repeat it n times. Once you finally observe that you got the right answer, final answer is found, then you give the answer. Begin always respond to a valid JSON blob, etc., etc. So this is the actual thought process or the overall plan that we are trying or we are asking this agent to take. So once you have tool with you, once you have the action plan with you, then you are ready to define your agent. Step 3 is agent and working with LLM agent. So I would say my LLM is OpenAI, and then I'm using create structured agent, use my LLM use my tools. What is my tools? My tools is Tably search, use my prompt. Once this agent is created, I'm now ready to use this agent. This agent can do only one task. So there's tools not defined. So let me search. Did we not run it? Validation error. Did not find Tably API key. Let me redo it. Tably API key. Let me just make sure it is right. Now, this is my agent which got created. So let me go through these three steps once again. First, I have given the tool. We can give multiple tools also. Sometimes you may have to do internet searching. Sometimes you may have to do internet searching for mathematics and then plus coding. So you give all the tools that are necessary. You give the kind of prompt as it is. We can change the prompt, but that is not suggested. This is already a perfect working prompt that we will take, and then we will create the agent. Now we are ready to use the agent executor. Execute this agent, which means like you are using this agent executor. I would say my agent executor. Agent executor. I'm keeping verbose equal to true. Then you will get to see what is happening internally, how it is thinking. When I ask the question, who is the current president of USA? Internally, how is it going to give us the result that we are going to see? Now I will ask my final question. Agent execute dot invoke. I want you to answer my question. LLM could not answer that question. Who is the current president of USA? Was my question, which LLM could not answer. Earlier, when we gave that, United States is Joe Biden. That is LLM as it is. Now I have given the tool, I have created an agent. I want an agent to think and answer. Now, whatever is in green color is the internal processing. Now, see what agent is thinking. What was the first thought? Can somebody try to read it out? I want you to observe it carefully. What was the first thought that agent is getting internally? I need to use Tably search result to find the answer to this question. That was the first thought. And what was the action that was taken? Tably search results. What was the action input? So it went to Tably search, and what was the input that agent gave to Tably search? It gave who is the current president of USA. And then it has taken one observation. It went to USA.gov.presidents, and then it got some content. The current president, the 47th president of United States is Donald Trump, sworn in January 2025, etc., etc. It got it. Final answer was the action. It finally gave who is the current president of USA. The current president of USA is Donald Trump. This is a very, very basic form of agent. This you will not really get the complete power of the agent. It doesn't look like artificial intelligence or anything. But to get a complete idea on what is the working process, I have shown you this. Later on, we are going to create some complex agents which are doing complex jobs and complex thinking. As of now, the overall architecture of agent is what I'm trying to explain you. Agent will have a tools. You will have an action plan, which is nothing but the prompt. And then you create an agent and then you execute the agent. Shall we do this exercise now, all of you? Are you ready? The thing that you need to do for this exercise is you have to go to Tavily, Tavily, and then you have to sign up, and then you go to the location. I think API key is on the main ground itself. If you have the default key, use it. Otherwise, you create one. You can copy this, and then you will come here, and then you will write environment Tavily API key need to be written by you. Are you with me, everyone? Maybe in your code, you may want to put this into comments. You want to use OpenAI API key, even Cohere also you want to stop. But here you want to add Tavily API key. So let me share this code file with you. Open the code file, execute one by one, one by one. So the question is, it's like two APIs are communicating with each other to fetch the data. No, not at all. What is API 1 doing? API 1, API key 1 is OpenAI. What is OpenAI? Tell me. What is OpenAI? What is OpenAI? It's an LLM, isn't it? What is the job of an LLM? Here, an LLM is trying to take all the information and trying to compress them, or sometimes it will reason out, sometimes it will summarize, etc., etc. Now, what is the other API that we are using? Let's say Tably. Okay. But is it an LLM? Is Tably
No,
talking to OpenAI? Are they working together? No. Tably is a search
search engine.
engine. It is a search engine. The only job it will do is it will take the input and it will give you 4 search results. That's it. That is the only job that Tably does. Okay. And we have written an agent. What it will do is it will get the search results, and then the agent will send it to an LLM, and then the LLM will compress them. But for us to use OpenAI, we need to use OpenAI API key. If OpenAI is free, there is no OpenAI API key. For us to use Tavli, we need to use API key. If Tavli is free, we don't need API key anymore. So these API keys are not really talking or anything. API is like almost like login. My name is Venkat. I am using OpenAI. I'm logging into OpenAI from my Python programming environment. I'm logging into Tavli from my Python programming environment. So API key is not doing anything. It's just a login. Do you understand this? API key. What does it mean? Application Programming Interface Key, isn't it? It's just a key. It's like a unique ID that is given to you just to track. Let's say Tavli is restricting me that I can do 100 searches per month. What if I'm doing 101 search? How will it'll get to know that I'm the one who's doing 101 search? Right now, I have shared my OpenAI API key with you. How is OpenAI going to bill me? Anybody who is using my key, all the bill will come to me, isn't it? So my usage, if I go to OpenAI API usage, anybody who is using my key, that bill will come to me. So you see, in last few days, my usage has increased. So on April 2nd, we started, is it?
Yes, sir.
April 3rd, yesterday we did a lot of RAG and all that, lot of documents, lot of tokens that we have used. Yesterday bill was like, first day bill was $0.25. All of them together, all the people. Like if you see my key, that is a key that you are using, isn't it? This is a key that all of us are using. So my usage, so your usage is billed to me. How many requests? 1352 times we have requested. How does it know we have requested 1352 times? I am
Because we
showing
are
you the
hitting the
code.
key, no?
It's the key.
We're
So
using the key,
basically,
so algorithm knows it.
exactly. So the thing is, key is not really any what do you call? It's not a software program. It's not a machine learning model. Key API key is not really very complex. It is just a login. Okay. Let's carry on. Agent one that we have used is create structured chat agent. This agent follows a certain kind of thinking. It will have this particular prompt that is working internally. You have a question, you have a thought, you have an action, question, thought, action, observation. And somebody has tweaked this thing and maybe made it a much little better or little different way of thinking. That is known as React agent. The name is given as reasoning and acting. This is not really React or JS that we generally talk about. That is different. This is reasoning and acting agent. What is the difference between one agent to other agent? The only difference between the agents will be there will be internal thinking process. Here also thought, action, observation, thought, action, observation. This agent will also do similar type of task that we have seen earlier. So there are multiple agents. In future also, you may see multiple agents getting developed. A lot of research will happen. Definitely one type of thinking will be winning. As of now, these are all very, very basic agents that I'm showing you, and they are at a very nascent phase. So let me show you a different agent. When I say one agent to another agent, the only difference will be internally the way the action plan that we have seen. This is the action plan here for this agent. The action plan for the other agent will be slightly different, may not be entirely different. So let us see what does this React agent do. Let's do an example. I will use my LLM, which is OpenAI. This time I will use a tool called Wikipedia, which means I would like to get the information from Wikipedia. Now I would say my agent is equal to initialize agent. Agent type is zero shot React. What do you mean by zero shot? What do you mean by zero shot?
A simple
One shot
prompt.
prompting.
A simple prompt.
No example.
No example. So basically zero shot. Shot means example. Zero shot means zero example. So zero shot React agent is what we will be using. So it's slightly different from the previous agent. And I have kept verbose equal to true to see what happens internally. So to the questions that I'm asking earlier, this agent was searching where? What was the tool this agent was using earlier? It was using Tavli search engine. But now this agent will use Wikipedia. That means the questions that I'm asking should have an answer in Wikipedia. Let us suppose my question is, who's the current president of India? Maybe that's not a good question to ask Wikipedia. Let's ask a factual question, fact-related question. Probably my question would be, what is the law that is related to cyber crimes, right? There are so many cyber crimes that are happening, right? What is the law that is related to cyber crimes? In India, I should have given that. In India. In India. Now I said agent.run. Now whatever you see in green color, that happens internally. Let me keep verbose equal to, like, let me switch off this verbose for some time to show you what happens if you do not give verbose equal to true. Now I'm creating the agent. I've asked this question and agent.run. So everything is happening internally. You see that agent is thinking, agent is observing, agent is working, everything work internally. Finally, the answer is given to you. The Information Technology Act 2000, the law related to cyber crimes in India. This is the actual output that the user will get. But by keeping verbose equal to true, I want to know what is happening internally. In reality, you must not keep verbose equal to true. You have to keep it this way. But while you are practicing, it's a good idea to see what is happening internally. So when I said what is the law that is related to cyber crimes in India, I should always think about what to do. Action is Wikipedia. Action input is cyber crimes in India. Check this. My question is, what is the law that is related to cyber crimes in India? But was that given as the complete input? The action input was different. Cyber crimes in India. So LLM thinking capacity has helped the agent to come up with a keyword that need to be searched on Wikipedia. Are you getting a feel that what humans generally do, agents have started doing it? And then
Yes, sir.
it got the page called cybercrime. And then what is the thought it had after going through the page on cybercrime? I should always think what to do. What to do? You should think about cybercrimes in India. Again, action, cybercrimes in India. Then again, I know the final answer. What was the final thought it got? I know the final answer. Do you think once it gets that thought, I know the final answer, is it going to continue the chain of thoughts? No, it will stop
No.
there because I know the final answer. The final answer is the law related to this one. It is giving you this one. The reason why I'm showing this again and again to you is it looks unreal when somebody says your software will replace you or software agent will work just like human. It'll think just like human. It'll be very difficult to kind of accept that, isn't it? But here I am trying to tell you that it is somewhat possible. I'm not saying it is perfect, it is working, you can replace, no, but it is in some closed or simple tasks, it is possible. You will have a thought, action input, observation, everything will get generated. Thought, action input, observation, and the final answer will be created. Thought, action, observation, thought, action, observation, reasoning, and acting. Internally, reasoning will happen and an action will be taken care. Are you with me, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. If I want to know what is the prompt that was used internally, I will try to use the agent dot, let me give it a hint, prompt. This is the prompt that internally used. Answer the following questions as best as you can. You can have access to the tools, Wikipedia. Use the following format. So internally, this is the action plan that was created. The following format is question, the input, you must know the answer. And then thought, you should always think about what to do. The action is action to take. You should all use one of, like if you're giving multiple tools, Wikipedia, Tavily, etc., it will use all of them. Let us try to make it a little complex by giving Wikipedia as well as Tavily. So let us see whether it will work or not. So somewhere we have given the tool earlier, Travely search results. Let us see. I'm just experimenting with two tools right now. You can use first one, which is Wikipedia, and the second one, Tavily search results. Looks like it is not going to accept within this one. If this is fine, then fine. Otherwise, it is not accepting the unhashable type Tavily search results. What I'll do is I will try to define this tool and then I will say tools.append later on. This is the first tool. And then I will say tools.append, tools.append Tavily search result. Does it work? It is working. Looks like now there are two tools. Now, if I try to look at this, I'm hoping that it will do Wikipedia as well as Tavily search result. Action, some of the actions were from Wikipedia, some of the actions were from Tavily search results to give me the final answer. National Crime Reporting Portal. And then it gave me an error that maximum length of the tokens. Obviously, it has got several inputs and then it has thrown an error saying that like this is an LLM limitation. It's not a problem with agent, but LLM told that there are too many tokens. It just stopped. Maybe I will keep Tavily max results, just two results, top two results, and then try to redo it. Hopefully this time the exit will work. So it first went to Tavily and then it went to Wikipedia. The Wikipedia provides comprehensive information over the cybercrimes in general, but does not specify the mention, etc. And finally, it finished the chain. The law related to cybercrimes in India is preliminarily covered in the Information Technology Act 2000, which was etc. Are you getting what I'm trying to say? If you see the internal prompt right now, earlier only Wikipedia was used, but internally now the action plan is changed. Answer the following question as best you can. You have access to the following two tools. Wikipedia, a wrapper around Wikipedia, useful for when you need general answer about people, places, companies. So when you are asking about people, places, companies, facts, historical events, etc., it will use Wikipedia. Tavily, a search engine optimized for comprehensive, accurate, trusted results. When you want to do internet searching, when the tool decides I have to do internet searching, then it will use it and use the following format. Like that, we can give multiple tools as well. Then an agent will decide, it will think, and it will try to use the best tool that it can do the job. Now, you cannot expect the agent to do any job that you give. For example, if I ask a question, what is the cube root of 999? Do you think our agent can answer this question? What is the cube root of 999? What are the tools our agent is using right now? What are the tools? There are two tools.
Tabuli and Wikipedia.
So do you think in Tavily or Wikipedia we can have this kind of information? It will search for it. I'm not really positive about it. So the output parsing error, output handles equal to true agent, executor, etc. So it looks like it is not able to give us. Once again, we will try to do it. So it is saying that basically internally it is having some struggle. It says that could not parse LLM output. I should use a calculator to find the cube root of 909. Action is NA. For troubleshooting, you look at this. It's not even going further because we have given cube root of 909. LLM had a thought that I have to use calculator, and the tools that we are giving doesn't contain calculator. But in the tools, if I add that calculator as well. So let me say calculator tool is known as LLM math. So I will say tools.append. I will append one more tool. Tools.append. And then I would say LLM math. LLM hyphen math. What if I do this one? So that means internally it will do calculations using Python coding. LLM equal to LLM. Tools.append LLM math. So let me use this LLM math directly in there. This one and this one. I will not append it. So now I'm using Wikipedia, LLM math, Tavily search. There are three tools right now. So if I ask a similar question, I think I will create this agent with those three tools. Now, if I ask a similar question, what is the cube root of 999? Internally, it directly, I should use calculator tool to solve this problem. Like the way human being thinks that if I give you three tools, Mr. Rahul, you have three tools with you, Wikipedia, LLM Math, and Tavily Search. And I want to know the answer, what is the cube root of 909? Then you will automatically use calculator. Internally, that is what it has used. So if you want to see what is the actual prompt internally, now there are three tools. Answer the following questions as best as you can. You can use Wikipedia, you can use calculator, you can use Tavily Search, and then it has decided in the first go itself, I should be using calculator. Even if I execute this, it should be using calculator. I will not say that this is absolutely perfect or wonderful. Okay. It depends on the uh, Python code that is getting generated, and we will get the answer based on that. But at least this will be much, much better than directly asking LLM. Try this, React, all of you. We have seen very basic examples of agents, and we have seen two agent types. One is a structured chat agent, the other one is React agent. As of now, there are several other options of agents as well. It doesn't matter what agent we are using. Internally, the thinking process, the action plan will differ. Maybe all these agents will be scrapped later on. Maybe there will be one agent that will work much, much better. There's a lot of research that is going on. As of now, we discussed two types of agents that should be fine. Mostly people are using React agent right now. 90% of the projects that I see, people are using React agent. You can also use React agent. Now, tools, we have seen a couple of tools. Tell me what are the tools that we have seen until now? The tools that we have attached LLM to. As of now, we have seen which tool? Tavily for search engine is the tool. And if you want to get facts and about people, about a scientist,
Wikipedia.
you want to get information, then you will use Wikipedia. If you want to do mathematics, then you can use LLM
LLM math.
math, which is also known as calculator tool. Now, there was a couple of questions about, can I, instead of using Tavily search engine, can I use Google search engine? That was a question, isn't it? Google search engine. Google search engine is not free. They will give very limited usage. So the API is SERP, Search Engine Results Page. It is known as SERP API. So we have to use SERP API. That means we have to get the API key from SERP. So that is known as SERP API key. Again, whenever you want an API key, you go to SERP API key or whatever is the first link, you search for it, and then you will log into this. You have to create a login ID. Successfully signed in, and here is your API key clearly mentioned. I will not be sharing this key. You will have your own key. You can create here API key. I think by default, they may give you one key. So they are allowing 100 searches, whereas Tably gives you 1000 searches. Again, the process will remain the same. If I'm using SERP API also, the process remains the same. Just like Tably, instead of Tably, I will be using SERP API. So let me create one more agent. I want you to observe this, and then I'll give you time to execute, or I'll give you time to write. So this time you try to write on your own. For that, you need to observe a lot. So help me with creating an agent. First thing, what we should do, we have to give that API key. So first, SERP API key I need to set. So for that, os.environment, your own API key is a place where I will be pasting the API key. Now for Google searching, I have to install a couple of packages, install or import packages or libraries. What are those? What are the packages? I don't remember the names. Pip install SERP. SERP stands for, what does SERP stand for? Search Engine Results Page and Google Search Results. These are the two packages that we need to install for it to work. Installing those packages. Now look at this. This is a very simple process. All of you stop whatever you're doing. Focus on this. Okay. LLM is OpenAI. My tools are SERP API and LLM Math. I want to ask such a question that will require searching on the internet as well as doing LLM Math. For example, I'm asking a question. When was MS Excel introduced for the first time? How many years back? Let's say this year is 2025. How many years back? Let us suppose MS Excel was introduced first time in 1985. Now, how many years back? Google search cannot answer. LLM Math will answer. It will take 2025 minus whatever is 1985, then it will say 40 years back. So let us try to use both of them. So I'm using tools like SERP API and LLM Math, both the tools. My agent will be initialize agent, React agent is what I'm going to use. And then agent.run. What? When was MS Excel first initially introduced? When was MS Excel first released? How many years back? The current year is, let's say, 2025. So it will do two tasks. Since I kept verbose equal to true, we will get to see what's happening internally. So I should use search engine to find the answer. Search MS Excel release date. Even though I wrote when was MS Excel first released, it has created a keyword called MS Excel release date. And then observation was September 30, 1985. I should use calculator to find the number of years back. So it has used a calculator. Action input is 2025 minus 1985. Answer is 40. So MS Excel released 40 years back in 1985. To answer your question, search engine has been used as well as calculator has been used. So this is Google searching. So if I go to my Google right now, API key somewhere which we have created. So it has done 4 searches gone, 5 searches. So if I do it again, 6 searches must be done. So like that, whenever we are using it, the number of times it will check, and then based on that, it will try to bill us. As of now, it is free, but in future, if we have to use it inside an application and we need more than 100 times usage, then we will be buying an API key from them. That key will be used. So if I want to know what is happening internally, once again, print agent prompt, if I see, use searching as well as calculator for doing this task. Have you understood this calculator tool, all of you?
Yes, sir.
And you can do any task if you have the actual tool. So there are multiple tools that are provided within LangChain. You have Alpha, Vantage, Amplify, Arxiv, AWS Lambda. You have Bing searching. You have Google Drive tool. That means you can write something which will access a document from Google Drive, and then it will kind of analyze that document or find or summarize that document, give you the result. I have seen some projects people are using Google Drive plus Gmail or something to build a small application. Google Finance is one of the tool. You can use the kind of DuckDuckDo search is also providing a lot of search options. Google SERP API is what we have used. Stock Exchange, Stack Exchange is also one of the tool for answering some of the questions from the users. Python REPL, REPL is one of the best tool. We will use it a couple of times in the upcoming exercises. REPL stands for read, evaluate, print, and loop. So if you want to, you are asking a question that requires a Python code need to be generated internally, and that Python code will give an output. Based on that, the answer will be generated. So the direct LLM cannot give you the answer, but agent will create the Python code, execute the Python code, look at the result based on that, give you the output. And this list of tools is just a basic list that I have given you. But I think in future there will be more and more tools that will be kind of attached. You will have Yahoo Finance, YouTube, 11 Labs. These are kind of projects I have seen people doing it, text to speech, YouTube, and so on. Generally, you stay away from such cool projects or toy projects that look good on internet, that look good on videos, but on your CV, they sound like very, very toyish. They kind of look like you're just doing it for fun kind of thing. So when you're doing any projects, make sure that it should always sound like you have done something substantial in the work that you are doing. Okay. So in the work that you're doing, I don't think you will be working with YouTube videos or text to speech or anything like that. Maybe Wikipedia may make sense. Python REPL tool may make sense. SCRP, it can make sense. LLM math, it can make sense. So those kind of things, whatever makes sense, that is what you have to do projects on. Quickly do this exercise as well, step 1. Imagine I have given you a task to prepare a PPT on a particular subject. So what if I replace that with an agent? Maybe not a great agent, but we can take some inspiration from that agent. I want you to create a PPT maker app. Finally, it doesn't need to create a PPT. I'm not expecting a PPT, but the content inside that PPT, if that research can be done, then what else? I don't need anything else. I just want an agent to do me some research and give me the content that I can fill the PPT. For example, if I give you any topic, I want you to create a PPT, then what do? You will do Google searching to get all the relevant current information. You will also do some searching on Wikipedia if you want to get the information on people, places, etc. You will also do some searching on Arxiv to get research related information if you are serious about giving references and so on. I think largely this is what you will do. Now, why can't I use an agent to do all these tasks and give me the content that is good enough to paste it on a PPT? Agent may not be 100% accurate. Agent may give some errors, but agent can be created. So let us give it a try. I want to make a PPT maker app agent. The agent name is PPT maker agent, which means like PPT content agent. It has to create content for me. Then I will create the PPT or whatever is later on. My LLM is equal to OpenAI. My tools are SERP API for Google searching, Argzi for getting the information. You know what is Argzi, right? Research papers. These are all the research papers. If you want to get proper research information, then you can use Argzi. So what is Argzi? Argzi is a free distribution service and open source to achieve 2.0 million scholarly articles in the field of physics, mathematics, computer science, etc., research papers. Wikipedia for information related to this one. I will not keep temperature 0.3. I will just leave it as it is. And then these are the tools. Then my agent is equal to initialize agent. Then I would say tools are done. Agent is done. Let me create a prompt or the prompt template. My template is equal to take the topic name. So I will take the topic name from the user and I will do all the research. Extract the information from internet, Wikipedia, and archive. Make, let's say, 6 sections. That means 6 slides I will create with each section having 5 bullet points. We have to worry about the number of tokens. That's why I'm using less of these. So this is what I want. So this is the template. After that, I will write prompt template. Prompt template is a prompt template. I think we have to import prompt template. I'm not sure whether we have imported it. If it throws an error, then we will import it. Yes, we did. So from LangChain, import prompt template. Prompt template. Now agent.run. Let's say if the topic name is investing in gold. So what I want my agent to do is I want it to prepare a research report by searching internet, by searching archive, by searching Wikipedia in returns, or let's say long-term returns by long-term returns by investing in gold versus stocks market in India. I want to do a detailed, thorough research. So I'm kind of expecting an agent to do all this. So the observation is historically Nifty 50 has delivered higher average returns of 12 to 15%, making it for higher ideal for wealth creation in growing economy, etc., etc. That was the observation. And then it has seen several other things. And then now, based on my research, it seems that historically stock market in India has delivered higher annual returns, etc., etc. But this is not what I want. I wanted it to give me 6 sections with each section having 5 bullet points. So that it has ignored. But overall, it has solved my problem. But it was not in line with whatever I'm expecting. But this time I will be very clear. Give me the output. Output in 6 sections with each section having 5 bullet points. Now if I run that. Now whatever agent that we have created here, ChatGPT has included that recently as ChatGPT research agent. So if we see deep research, and if you ask the same long-term returns by investing in gold versus stock market in India, research will happen actually. So this is also here what you see here in ChatGPT is already an agent. Okay. So what time period, long term, like the time period is last 20 years, last 30 years. Then the research will start. Starting the research. I think on day one we tried this, but it said that our research is in queue. I think everybody on ChatGPT was very busy with creating those cartoons and so on. Their servers got really stuck. So our research is not as great as this one because we have limited resources here, limited tokens, etc. But anyway, this is not bad. This is like we can format it and then create a PPT out of it. Let's say if I have the Word file and then I'll copy paste this. I will try to make it into sections. This is the first one. This is the second one. This is the third one. Archive articles also it has given overall information. So let me call that as slide 1. This is intro. So let me do one thing based on the information getted from the internet searches. Okay, this is the sub point. Income tax rules in India. That is the second point. Inflation by consumer price index. Third point. Fourth point. Overall, fifth point. So once I make this as header 1, what I'm saying is it may not directly give us a PPT, but once we have all the information properly given, generating a PPT may not be a big deal. Then this will be header 2, F4, F4. And then we will select this file options. I think send to Microsoft PPT or something is there. So you have options and then there's some customized report. Do you see anything like all commands? Send to Microsoft. Do you see send to PPT? Send to email, send backwards, send.
So send to back, then send to Microsoft PowerPoint. Just
Send.
two strokes below your cursor.
Okay, send to back, send to Microsoft
Microsoft
PowerPoint. Yeah. Once we keep this at home, somewhere it should be seen here in home or insert, somewhere page layout or reference. Review, view, home. Do you see send to Microsoft anywhere here added? But anyway, once we say that send to Microsoft, it actually creates a PPT. I have seen that happening once. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is once this content is given, you can use it or directly copy it. Here, if we come back to our ChatGPT, the ultimate agent, research agent, it has gone through 11 sources. These are the 11 sources from Bank Budget, Free Financial, Forbes India, and then Wealthy Matters. It has gone through several resources. It's doing the research. It is still doing the research, and the results that you get are wonderful in the sense, the kind of output. You can actually think that a real person who does research for 10 days and gathers so much of information from so many sources that this 10 minutes will be nearly equivalent to that. 14 sources, reading all the 14 sources. I'm nothing that this one, read more sources from Auto Trends. 15 sources, 16 sources. Sometimes it takes a lot of time to do all that research and gives you a proper research report. I think we will wait for it to execute in the backend. Meanwhile, we will take a break.
Continue with the next video in the playlist. We are covering everything step by step. If you have any questions or the comments, please post them in the comments window below.